But anyway, I end up in New Folsom with Monster Cody, Zaha Reboot, Badar, Jerry Smith, Paul Jones, etc. And I end up becoming Jama, which is Black Gorilla Family. When I touched down on the streets a year later, I already knew what time it was. And the time that it was to make peace. But for some strange reason, it's always number 13 out of all the bounty hunters. Yeah, I said number 13, the buster, the low bottom one, the one who ain't never did nothing, ain't never had a reputation. He's my age, but he didn't start banging with the Lock Boys until when? Probably until the 80s. But he's my age, and plus he's from 115th Street. He don't know nothing about me. He just know probably the writing on the wall, but 112 and 111, and most people from 114 do know about me. When I say know about me, they know about my history, man. You know, I ain't gonna go into no detail, but they know about my history on how I get out. But a lot of cats from 115, they don't know about my history because I don't do nothing with them cats from 115. I do my dirt with 112 and 111. They know my full history. But anyway, to make a long story short, Steve tried to push up on me one night under the influence of alcohol. I was over at the weed spot with his girlfriend that he was hanging out with, and she went up to go get the weed, and me and him get into an argument about what happened at Chino on me disrespecting bounty hunters. And in return, he felt that he can disrespect Jama in front of me face to face and ain't nothing gonna happen. But I waited about a good week until he sobered up because he was under the influence of alcohol. And I told him, being that you're under the influence of alcohol, you said, I'm gonna give you a pass right now, but when I talk to you in the future, you know, you're gonna have to apologize or we're gonna have problems. So when I catch him a week later, he acted like he wanted to fight about it. But I had to check him again, let him know, I don't know you, I don't care about you. If you try to do anything, step out of line with me, I'm gonna treat you like I treat anybody else that I don't have no respect for. Because everybody else ain't coming in my face with it, ain't nobody saying nothing about it, but now you wanna say something about it because I disrespected bounty hunters inside the penitentiary. Now you the only one that wanna stand up and use a nobody. Well, I'm gonna show you how much of nobody I feel that you are. So if you get out of line with me, I'm gonna treat you like I treat a crip, okay? Now me and him, we talking like this privately. Nobody knows this but me and him. So we shake hands and everything was over with. At least I thought it was over with. Anyway, fast forward, a week later, some female come and tell me all the things that he had talked about once I departed from him. Totally disrespectful. When I jacked him up about it, now he want to be disrespectful again at the gym in front of my face. But I'm talking to my original homeboys, Gary Borner and Hank, about the situation. And while I'm steadily arguing with this cat, he blindsided me while I'm talking to Hank and Gary Borner. They don't even know what the problem was about. They just seen dude fired on me. They don't know a week ago, man, this dude didn't have problems. They didn't think it was going to go that far. But they already know what time it is with me. They don't know why this clown is going to fire on me because they know what time it is. They know what time it is. Everybody know what time it is with me, man. Well, against people that are not my real homeboys from Nicholson Garden. When I say my real homeboys, I'm talking about the deuce line and the ace line. You got to be my real one. I got to know your mother, your father. I got to know your peoples, man, for you to be my real one, okay? Anyway, I end up getting off the ground, and we end up fighting. He wrestled me and telling me at the same time while he wrestling with me that he gonna dog me out. And so somebody cut the lights off in the gym, and we couldn't see each other, so we had to take it outside. Once we took it outside, you had a gang of homies outside, you know what I'm saying, that was waiting on us to fight. When I get ready to square off with him for the second time, before he had dope me, so I'm trying to get payback from the shoulders. I ain't thinking about no guns. I ain't thinking about nothing. Think about let's just go ahead and slay him, right? Meanwhile, he had a flashback and remember when I had threatened him a week ago. So now he see the homeboy, Bolo big brother, Wayne, with a 4.4 Magnum in his waistline. He rushed Wayne and tried to grab the gun from Wayne and tell Wayne, let me smoke him, let me smoke him. I got to smoke him, I got to smoke him. So now I dropped my guards and stepped back. And I'm looking at him wrestling with Wayne, trying to get the pistol to shoot me with. Wayne don't give him the gun because Wayne know already if he get that man that gun and that man don't shoot me or that man don't kill me, they both gonna have a price to pay with me. And he know that already. So he don't give the man the gun. He told the man to go head up with me. The dude didn't want to go head up with me. So there it was. I would say in 15 minutes, I jumped in the car, came back. I come back to the gym. The gym was vacated. Now I go down the 5 line looking for him. I don't run into him, but I run into Wayne again. And I tell Wayne just like this. I pulled my pistol out and told him, yeah, I'm looking for your boy, man. And Wayne said some words to me, and I vacated the premises and walked down the street further. When I get closer to Imperial Highway side of the project, I see a dice game. I peeked around the corner. I see Steve, the guy that fired on me, the guy that was at Chino with me, quiet as a church out mouse, but now he wanted to be the only one to speak up on it. Hey, see him standing in the middle of the dice game. He's observing. You got about 15 to 20 homeboys standing out there gambling. What I do, I don't want to shoot nobody innocently. So when I step around the wall, I hollered out, Steve! And everybody, they ran, except Steve. He was stuck like a deer caught in the headlights. So only way Steve can get away, he got to either run through me or he got to run from the first apartment all the way down to at least 5 apartments to get away from me. Running from Imperial to 115. He got to run a block long down the building, in the back of the building. He got to run almost a block long just to get away from me. And I play cat and mouse with him because I know he wasn't going to make that long block run without this bullet catching up with him. So he breaks. When he breaks, I stand and watch him running. I just lowered the pistol down. Didn't even aim. Pulled the trigger. Booyah! When it hit him, he slid in the dirt like a 747 airplane on his belly. Grass came flying up, dirt came flying up, and I guess he thought I would just let him lay there and think about it. But I ran up on him, put my foot on his neck, shot him in his back arm, shot him in his other back arm, shot him in his thigh, in his back thigh, and shot him in his other back thigh, to the point smoke was coming out the bullet holes of that 357 Magnum hose that was going in his body point blank. I seen smoke come up out of all 4 holes that was in his 2 arms and 2 legs. Rat Dog was the only one standing there, spectating, front row seat. I'm clicking on this dude for some reason. I snapped on him. Rat told me, Frog, you out of bullets, let it go. And I let it go. Okay, now he's in the hospital. Scared to death, telling everybody that he think I'm gonna come in the hospital and kill him. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just letting him know that I'm a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, now you know, okay? It is what it is, man. I'm not no super blood. I'm not no super hunter. I'm not super nothing. But I am a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? I really am. If I give you a warning, take heed of the warning. That's all I have to tell you. Nothing else. But anyway, getting back to the matter at hand. One thing leads to another, and I end up going to his house or his apartment where he was kicking it at. Rat wanted me to go over there and make peace with him because he was scared to death that I would go catch him on his crutches walking around the projects and finish the job. So I went on into his house, his apartment, and talked to him and let him know he ain't got to worry about me gunning him down. He was already on crutches and had all kind of contraptions on his arm made out of metal to keep his arms straight and flexible, and his legs, he looked like a robot. Yes, me. I had him on the latest technology, handicap technology. Anyway, that was water under the bridge now. But the female that I was living with on 112, she was having a birthday party. And she wanted me to, how can I say, put security on her birthday party. She didn't know what I did to Steve, but still in all, I was going to hold security on her birthday party. So what I did, the day before her birthday party, or the same day of her birthday party, I went and found Steve and told him, don't bring no guns or we're going to have drama. You can come in, but don't bring no guns. And he looked at me like, okay, but he had an attitude with it. So meanwhile, when nighttime came and it was party time, I'm at the front door. Matter of fact, I'm at the back door. There's nothing but females in there dancing with some of the homeboys. Now this is my spot where I keep my guns and my illegal activities at. So people that's coming in, I'm searching them as they come in. And I already know who's my friends and who's my foes. So I'm not gonna let no foes come in with no guns. That's right. Anybody that I feel is a threat that might try to snipe me or creep up behind me while I'm on the dance floor, that might try to kill me or assassinate me on the dance floor, they're not coming in with no guns. So I'm picking and choosing who can come in with the guns. Meanwhile, the guy named Spreads, Reggie, AKA Spreads, he bringing in the equipment. Him and Tyree, Big Tyree, they bringing in the equipment to play the music. He got a gun on him. I'm not tripping on him because he's not my enemy. But I do know who is my enemy. Little Iceman. He's my enemy. And we had words behind Steve getting shot while Steve was in the hospital. And I let him know, the bigger the family, the bigger the funeral. You know what I'm saying? And he already knew where I stood. I knew where he stood. So when he acted like he wanted to come to the door, I checked him and told him, you ain't coming in with no guns. So me and him, we get into an argument at the door. Steve is right there also, like he wanted to come in. And I told Steve, you got to be checked if you want to come in. So now he act like he don't want to be checked. So now you got Steve and Iceman trying to be hard-headed at the door. And I'm letting them know, ain't nobody coming in here with no guns. That's the bottom line. If y'all shoot me, you're going to shoot me in my face. You ain't finna shoot me behind my back. That's what you're not finna do. Anyway, the man who bringing in the music, Spreads, he seen me checking them, so he got to put his 2 cents in. And what did he tell me? He said, yeah, they call me Reggie Lowe, and I've been in with a gun, and I'm coming in with a gun again. And I looked at him like, oh, you trying to challenge me in front of my foes? Now you're not coming in with a gun neither. But he ignored me and rammed his shoulders against my shoulders and damn near knocked me out the way through the threshold of the door. But I turned around and I grabbed him by his coattail. And when I grabbed him by his coattail, he pulled out a big old 4.4 Magnum, and I pulled out my 357 Magnum, and I put my gun right into his back waist. So I got him point blank. He got his gun in the air like the Statue of Liberty, and I got my Magnum in the middle of his shoulder blades. But I got a little tipsy too in me off this gin, so I'm not really thinking about taking his gun from him. What I do, I sling him out the door like a slingshot, and once I sling him out the door, he dumps twice as he's flying through the door, backwards. He get off 2 times, boom, boom. One catch me in the arm, and one catch the female of the party. The lady who partied was Lisa. She get hit in the leg, but I don't know, she fell down behind me. I got hit in the arm, so I'm chasing him out through the door while he slide against the door. I don't know where he's at, but I'm not finna stick my head out that door. But once I go to the door, I see Iceman. He pulls out his pistol. He starts busting through the doorway. I scoot back and I lose my step and I slip and fall right through the threshold. Now I'm on my butt. I got 1 bullet in my arm and I got 2 guys on the side of the door trying to assassinate me. So what I do to let them know that I'm right here at the door, I bust through the door with the 357 2 or 3 times. Booyah, booyah, booyah. To let them know they can't stick their head around that threshold or they're going to get their head blew off. Because if they stick their head around the threshold, they're going to pinpoint me. Then they can kill me right there. Because I'm right there on the ground, right in front of them. They just don't know it. But when they see that flame coming out the front door, the back door, they realize somebody is right there shooting at them also. So what they do, they were smart about it. They stick their hand around the door, and all I see was two hands with guns in it. And it's aiming at me. And they unload it. And they both shoot at the same time on both barrels. Boom, 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 boom. But the bullet's going past me and hit a female in the shoulder, and she run out the front door. My homegirl Lisa already got hit in the leg. She laid out on the floor. Here I am on the floor watching flames going across my face, but ain't nothing hit me though. So what I do, I turn on my stomach and I start crawling like a combat man on my stomach. And as I'm crawling, a bullet hit me in my leg at the same time. So as I'm crawling with these bullets in me, I get from under fire by crawling all the way into the living room. They don't stick their head through the door, so they just shooting wildly at anybody, at anything. But two bullets, like I said, caught me in the leg, which is no big deal with me because I survived it. But I could have lost my life point blank if it wasn't for God, number one, and my gun, number two. Because if they would have pinpointed me on that floor, I would have been a dead man, for real. But anyway, police came, asked me who did it. I said Carver Parks came through. Police thought it was a joke because they knew it was friendly fire. People that I grew up with or people that I knew had something to do with it. They know ain't no Carver Park will come all the way in the projects and shoot up nothing. But anyway, they made mockery like it was no big thing. I end up in the hospital for 3 days, licking my wounds, no big deal. I get out, hey, guess what? Grab me a Uzi and start chasing people. Yeah, they was running from me in the projects. Yeah, that Uzi was no joke. And they knew about the Uzi. And I didn't get a chance to empty it on nobody. Because every time I saw somebody, they was either running or sending word to me through other people. Tell Frog, it's cool, man. We don't want no problem. Tell Frog this, tell Frog that. I wasn't trying to hear nothing, man. And it lasted for a while. I came through there on a couple of holidays to holler at some people. And they were scared to death. Spreads himself was so scared to the point my homeboy Yancey Spuns pulled up in his parking lot. Yeah, in Spreads parking lot, Yancey pulled up in there, man, with the lights on. And they thought it was me. He drew down on my boy Yancey, thinking it was me. And Yancey bagged up, went to go get his Roscoe. And before Yancey can even make it to the front door, coming back to check Spread was at the Yancey front door, begging for his life, telling him, man, I thought you was Frog, man. I didn't know who you was, man. Man, Frog was trying to get me. Woo, 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 woo. My bad, my bad. So my boy Yancey gave him a pass. Yeah, he was scared to death. I had him on the run. Yeah, he's the same guy that caught the double murder on the police, the sheriff. Yeah, in Compton. On Rosecrans, the two police that got killed, he's on death row for that right today. Matter of fact, he also got a hot one on my boy Carlos Atkins, the same guy who shot the Crip off the roof back in 1972, the car report that got shot off the roof with the 12 gauge. Yeah, he also had something, got convicted of that murder. So he's been convicted of 3 murders, 2 police from Compton and 1 on Carlos Atkins. That's another story though. But my whole point is this. I mean, you know, as a real individual, that your own homeboys will give you up, that your own homeboys would tell on you, and that your other homeboys would take his side. If they favor him or if they're afraid of him, they would take his side. And that's how come I don't deal with the bounty hunters or the Bloods. Melly Mel was right. I became from bounty hunter to bloodline. And they both snitched on me. Even Slap from Westside Piru told on me when I was a bloodline. Told the whole administration about me. And I had the paperwork on that. But you know what? Hey, bounty hunters, bloodlines, hey, Bloods ain't gonna do nothing anyway but let them walk around, even if you show the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do nothing to nobody because they love the homies. Rat or snitches or snitch sympathizer, they don't care about that, man. Because everybody is just living their own life, just trying to make some money and use the title bounty hunter or bloodline or UBN, use all that as a front. In reality, man, there's no principles in that I saw on my behalf. I can't speak for every Damu, but I can speak for myself. No principles, no honor. That's right. Gangster had it right. Who is the worst? The person that snitched on you or the person that's harboring the snitch? Well, in my lifetime, Bloods do harbor snitches. And also Crips harbor snitches. Don't nobody want to do nothing to nobody. Even the case that happened in Tracy when the guy got killed in Tracy. The Crips was telling on the Bloods then. You know what I'm saying? Did nobody do nothing to that individual? And if they did do it to him, you know what I'm saying? That's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's going to always tell, man. You know? And I would say this for the true fact. I never in my life ever heard of a BGF walk in the yard, known rat walk in the yard, and nothing didn't happen to him. I never heard of a known BGF being a dropout, walk in the yard, and nothing didn't happen to him. Why? Because they have principles. And I'd rather represent something with principles, knowing that there's a price to pay if you cross that line. And I never, ever ran into nobody from the Bloods or the bounty hunters that took off on someone that was a rat from bounty hunters or bloodline. And that is the reason why I despise gang bangers. Yes, I despise it because they have no